how is the provider community gearing up for it? So that, because they are at the helm of interacting with all the stakeholders within healthcare, and Dr. Shetty or Dr. Rajaram, I think any one of you, if you want to sort of address that from a provider point of view, how are they sort of integrating this whole play?
So, like you said, it has to be an integrated play, and for that, sharing of information across the entire care continuum is going to be critical. And that's something that, one is, of course, do we expand our scope to get into some of those areas? That's one option. The other option is, of course, you work with established players and see how that data information flows through seamlessly across, so that, if I'm passing on a patient from the hospital to a home care provider, how does all the clinical information seamlessly flow through to them, and how does it come back to our physician? So at this point in time, it's more through WhatsApp, through calls. That's because data is all being captured in an unstructured and in a fragmented format. So we need to kind of invest in that technology across the entire spectrum. I guess all partners will have to play a role in that, so that the data capture and data transfer happens in a standardized format. And of course, at the highest level, whether it is the government, the regulatory bodies, I guess each one of them will have to come through to make sure that whether, we used to talk of HL7 and HIPAA and all those things. So it's about time that maybe in India some of those things also start coming in.
Okay, I can add to this. I think unless we move to a value-based care model, which is backed by a strong payer model, it will be difficult for us to encourage people to come together and have this care continuum. In developed markets, either government as a payer drives it or private insurance as a payer drives it. That's what you're seeing in the US. That's what you're seeing in some parts of Europe. So that is very, very essential, and which is why I say that government now has that key. Being a payer for 40%, it can actually create that continuum of care, especially now in a new environment where digital technology and digital healthcare models have been adopted, most importantly by doctors, providers, and consumers.
I just want to add quickly to what Sunil said. Digital allows government to do fraud prevention, because data trail helps in fraud prevention, and that's one reason government will go digitally very heavy. And these are some of the policy makers talking about it, just to add to what Sunil said.
And that's why this national digital health mission that Ameera mentioned, absolutely.
Yeah. So that was actually another question asked very commonly by the attendees on the whole government role. One question even, and I'll sort of, a voice to you, Sunil, is, which I also keep talking about as we speak to a lot of our healthcare clients. You've seen this in airlines, you've seen a lot of other asset-heavy industries, and you're seeing this happen in China and a few other geographies, that the asset is starting to decouple from the healthcare service delivery, right? And there is so much of capacity also available within India, right? And will that make the whole economics pressure so much better for healthcare? Is India ripe to start decoupling that? Can you sort of have purely digital hospitals start of operating now and using existing facilities only on a pay-per-use basis? Are you seeing that happen in the Southeast Asian countries? When do you think that can start happening in India?
So the only part of this federalism or disintermediation, people call it, use different terminologies of value chain, is in developed markets, and the starting point was the REIT model, where infrastructure players came in and started owning, because the physical infrastructure is one of the most expensive parts of the entire cost structure in a hospital. Correct. So that was the first part of disintermediation. And then you had BPOs who started to consolidate the entire supply chain for providers. So there are pockets of successful models in US and other developed markets. Some in Singapore, Southeast Asia. Singapore has a very vibrant REIT economy. But I guess India is little behind, and it will still take few years. The starting point has to be REIT. Who holds the physical infrastructure? But yes, people have started to attempt. You have Surgicare models in the US where now healthcare has started to move out of that physical infrastructure. But I guess India is still little early in terms of adoption of these kind of models.